All right, guys. Today is June 11th, 2014. Tomorrow, the World Cup starts in Brazil. I'm going to be in America for the first week, but then after that, I'm heading down to Rio. I'm going to catch a bunch of games across a few of the cities, and I just want to share with you guys what to do if you want to go to World Cup 2018 in Russia. If you want to go to World Cup 2014, unless you're really rich, it's probably too late now. All right, first thing we're going to touch on is the ticket process. If it runs the same, which it has consecutively for the last few World Cups, here's what's going to happen. Phase 1 is the lottery phase. In this phase, FIFA is going to act like there is no chance in hell you're getting any tickets. And for the final and the opener, they're right. For the other games, there is a chance, don't worry. So it's a lottery process you put in, and at that point, the teams haven't been announced yet. So you're bidding on the venue and the date. Or you could go team-specific tickets is another way, or venue-specific tickets. So let's say, it's a tough example because it'd probably be the hardest to get tickets to. But let's say you want to go to the games in Moscow. So you could bid on Moscow-specific tickets. I forgot the name of the stadium. So, and then all the games you would be awarded to would be bid in Moscow. What I recommend is if you're a true football fan and you want to catch, any games, go for the smaller cities. That's what we got awarded. I'm going to the first 2 games in Recife, and we'll be at the quarterfinals in Salvador. But initially, if you are hardcore, I want tickets no matter what. My recommendation is on your bidding process, whatever number of bids they give you, make sure you have, a few of them in the smaller cities. For us in 2014, they gave us 7 bids, and I won 2 of them on the first phase. Then there'll be like a first come, first serve phase. I remember that one was in December, and it was horrible. The only games available were, games that nobody wanted to go to and that are still available right now. And which, by the way, in December, they would announce the teams too. You knew who had qualified and you knew who was going, so you knew what games you were going to. When we got awarded the tickets for our games, we didn't know who was going to play. We got very lucky. We're seeing some great teams in Recife, so I'm happy about that. And of course, the quarterfinal is going to be great teams because they're making it to the quarterfinal. But I got the quarterfinal tickets at another phase, which was in April. FIFA, they want to create a demand and they want to make it seem like it's impossible to get tickets. But once they realize the sponsors aren't buying all the tickets and giving their corporate buddies or whatever else, then they need to sell the tickets to us. So I remember it was April 15th, I was in New York, and there was another sales phase. And on the April 15th sales phase, which I think was the 3rd one, there were a lot of tickets to just about everything except the opener and the final. A warning on any of the first come, first serve phases, when you get in, here's the biggest tip I can give you. 1, hit the refresh button. Have 2 computers going or more if you can. One of the computers you can wait in the queue. That's what everyone did that didn't get tickets. And on the other computer, just keep hitting refresh, 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 refresh. It'll get you in. Now this video is being made in 2014. By 2018, maybe FIFA will catch on and that won't work. But for a lot of us that got tickets, and I've talked to tons of people on forums, we hit the refresh button. That's how we got in for the first come, first serve. For the lottery phase, you get lucky, and the lottery phase runs about 30 days, and it doesn't matter what you put in. If you put in the first day or the last day of the lottery, it's completely irrelevant. It's a lottery, or so they say. I do know people that put in double bids, like had the same passport numbers under 2 accounts, and it did not work out for them. Now, then there's more phases. So then you'll have a last call phase, which all the last tickets, blah, 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 and you still won't get tickets to the final or the opener unless you're really lucky or you get in right in the beginning by hitting the refresh button. And now a final thing, if you can get to Russia early, they put tickets on sale in person at the counter only. Now, I'm here in America right now, so I didn't get to do that. My friend's down there in Brazil. I'm pulling that he's getting tickets to the final, but I'm guessing not. But you can try to get there to the counter in person, like right before the World Cup starts. I think it started June 1st for this World Cup. I don't know when it'll start in Russia, but that's another way to get tickets. The final way to get tickets, which I don't totally recommend, but if money's no object to you, the black market, eBay, StubHub, all that stuff, Craigslist, whatever. The problem with the tickets is linked to your name and your passport. Now, I've talked to tons of people on Big Soccer Forum, on TripAdvisor Forum, that have gone to previous World Cups, and they say they don't check the names on the tickets. I don't know if that's true or not. Buy at your own risk. I know tickets for the final, the cheapest one I've seen is $4,000 for a $440 ticket. The tickets for the finals for this World Cup range from $440 to $1,000. Your group stage matches ranged from like $90 to $220. And the round of 16, the quarterfinals and the semifinals each went up a slight bit. And third place I think was a little bit cheaper than the semifinals. All right, that's it on tickets. Next thing, you are going to Russia, and if you're an American, you require a visa to enter Russia. Get into the visas. It's a rule of World Cup, something to do with FIFA, I don't know, that when the country that hosts the World Cup, if they have visa requirements, which Russia does for Americans, they have to waive the visa requirement. You'll still have to get a visa, so say the visa fee, but you won't have to pay the visa fee, which is good. I went to Russia for 2012, one of the best trips of my life, by the way. Thank you to all my Russian friends out there. Spasiba, большое spasiba. But it'd be nice not to pay the fee for World Cup 2014. All right, so you get your visa. Then anything to with the flights, you don't want to delay. We're leaving Wednesday, and I think we paid about $1,200 for our flight, a round trip going through Rio. And if we were to book it right now, it's $2,400. So don't delay too much on the flights. The internal flights within the country, they haven't changed much. The flight we're taking from Salvador to Rio from the quarterfinals, that stayed about the same. It's only $90 if I book it right now. So the internal flights were good. The international flights, don't delay. Housing. So we're staying in Rio during the final. We're paying $75 a night each to stay in a hostel. It's normally about $16 a night each. Now that's in Rio. Rio is a much cheaper city than Moscow, which the final is going to be in Moscow. So looking the hostel route is one of the good ways to go, or the couch surfing route. Unfortunately, I'm with too many guys, so one couch wouldn't fit us all, so couldn't go that way now. And vacation rental by owner is also an option, but I will tell you guys, I tried for Rio, and the prices were absolutely insane for Rio. We are doing it for Salvador, and between cities to save money, we're staying in some smaller cities between the games. We got some great deals in Florianopolis, some great deals in Foz do Iguaçu, which is a recommendation I have too. That if you're not, if your budget's not way up there, if you get games to Moscow, maybe between you stay in Dimitrov and you stay in some smaller city in Russia. That way you just save money and you just go in and out for the games and not spend as much money there, saving some money there. So that's what you can do with the hotels. I'll tell you guys the process that we went through, and I don't remember everything completely, but I remember August was the initial lottery phase. We said we're not going to go down unless we get tickets. We got awarded those tickets in October, booked the international flight in November, and that was for 2 games. There were, I think, 2 other first come, first served phases, which is based on Central European time, so I had to get like 3 in the morning and sit there hitting the refresh button. And when I got in on those phases, I didn't get tickets. April 15th, I got the quarterfinal tickets. I was in New York, got awarded those. That was awesome, and there was tons of tickets available that day, like I said. And April 15th, we also changed some flights around so we could get to the quarterfinal. TAM Airlines, they didn't do anything too crazy. Just about every day, including today, I log into FIFA.com and I check for tickets for the final, and I haven't had any luck, but I'm going to be on Copacabana Beach for the final at the Fan Fest. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. So that was that with our process and everything we've done. I think we got the visas a couple months ago, and we've booked hotels and hostels and stuff as we go along, and vacation rental by owner, and we were staying in somebody's living room at some point of the trip, but that's it. So as always, guys, like with my other blog, if you have any questions, I got the link below. Just hit me up or message me on YouTube. And World Cup starts tomorrow. I'm psyched. I'm going to watch it here. And for everyone that's going to Brazil, I'll see you in Brazil.